Hey guys, Super Dave here. What I'm going to go over in the video today is collecting the rent properly from your student rental houses. The two most important things to me are making sure my houses are full and making sure I get all my money on the first. And later in the video, I'm going to show you one of my Super Dave tricks that guarantees you get your money on time on the first, or they're going to pay more money. So the most important thing in collecting rent from students is the very first month. Typically, student rentals start in August in the fall. So that August rent is so important. It's the most important month out of the 12 months. And I've always told myself, make sure you're aggressive and hard on them that first month and train them to pay their rent on time because they're testing you out. If you're a soft landlord and the rent doesn't come in on time and you're just casual about it and tell them it's no problem, they can pay a little bit now, a little bit middle of the month, you are setting the temperature for the rest of the year. And I want to teach you how to be aggressive that first month to make sure you're guaranteed your money. How you show that aggression is through an email if rent is not paid exactly on the first. I've done this for the last 5 years out of my 30 years, and I wish I did it a long time ago. You need to send an email that says, this is your 10-day notice for court, for small claims court, to get in front of a magistrate and get your rent paid in court if they're not going to pay you the proper way. Now, it's kind of a semi-bluff. You really don't want to go to court, but this email is so important. You let them know you are not playing around. You need your money on the first, or they're going to hear from you and you're going to take them to court. So this is a very important step. First month, they're late on their rent, hit them hard with an email and push hard that first month and set the tone for the next 11 months. I guarantee you, your life is going to be so much better if you push hard month number 1. Another good thing I do is put everybody on the same lease. So if I have 5 guys or girls living in a house, they all go on the lease together. And the phrase here is jointly and severally liable. All that means is all the rent needs to be paid all together on time, or it's not on time. If one person's late, the entire rent is late. And when you send an email to a house to say the rent is late, don't send it to that one person. Send it to everybody in the house. Say this person didn't pay. This is making everybody late. This could force everybody to go to court. And this really creates some energy, and it gets everybody looking and talking to that person saying, hey, you need to pay your rent. You're going to really get us in trouble here. You're going to make us all late. We could go to court. It could hurt our credit. And so it's a real powerful tool. So remember, put everybody together on a lease and do not do individual leases when you have multiple people in a house. And a new maneuver I've done this year after 30 years in being in the student rental business is there's a new system called Appfolio. You get direct deposit into your checking account. They create a website for your houses so students can easily go to the website and decide what house is right for them. They can even drive by properties and do a lot of the work for you. But the collection part of Appfolio has been great for me this year. And the reason why direct deposit rent collection can be so good for you is it's going to reduce your stress. You don't have to juggle checks all the time. You can sit back and watch the money come in. You can see who's paid on what day. And another advantage of it is every once in a while somebody will forget or they won't have enough money in their checking account. And the old system used to be, well, send me another check. Well, here I go. Here's another 5 to 6 days or however long it takes to come from their hometown, and I'm waiting on a check to come through the post office. If you have a direct deposit system, you can get in touch with your tenant, say, I haven't got your rent yet. They can go into the portal and pay you within minutes. So the money's getting to you faster and it's making your life easier. So you have more time to go out and look for more properties, be more efficient, and you're not running around dealing with checks like the old days. Now, another thing that's important when you're collecting rent is to be compassionate to people. If you have somebody who's lived in your house for a majority of the year, they've always paid on time, and they missed a month. They just forgot or they made a mistake, and they were a good paying tenant to you. They just made a human error. be compassionate. That's not the time to be aggressive or strong with somebody. Now, on the other hand, if you have that chronic person who's paying late all the time, that's when you have to be firm with somebody. You can't let this person continue to pay late. That's when they need to hear from you, and you need to let them know this is not okay. So remember, don't be hard on everybody. If somebody's been good to you and they've been paying on time and they make an honest mistake, it's okay. If somebody's chronic and always paying late, that's not okay. So make sure you handle people correctly with the way they pay. Now, something I've done for years is the $100 discount. And this is the maneuver that can make sure your rent is paid on time or you make more money. If you have a house renting for $1,000, in the rent line, put $1,100. Just add $100 to it. Then in the addendum, write that if they don't pay perfectly the right amount on or before the first of the month, then they don't get their $100 discount. They owe you $100. And this system really works because when you have a lease on a house, you're limited to how many fees and how many charges you can give somebody. So that's how you make sure it's on time or you make more money. Collecting your rent on time is the most important aspect of owning student rentals. The money has got to flow on time every month and the full amount. So I really appreciate your time today. If you could subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up if you like what you hear, and remember, in your life, do the most productive thing every moment of every day.